What's up, everybody? Evil here. Little update on the Talon. I've been busy. I'm not planning on doing a bunch of stuff to this, but necessities for me are windshield, light bar, and whips. The whips I just like. They just look cool in the dark and whatnot. So I have this flip up, same brand, Super ATV on my Polaris, and really liked it. So I went with Super ATV again. For the Talon, the whole thing's not on right now. The bottom half is off because I'm under the hood here doing some wiring. But and I'm waiting on the Honda bus bar to come in. It mounts right here, so then I'll tie up all this wiring and get everything hooked up so it works. But I got everything mounted and pulled the interior apart to get the wiring back to the whips. Got these Tusk mounts for this is a Tusk 40-inch curved light bar. I have the same one on the Polaris. I really like it. It's tough and it mounts and fits perfectly. And I think it looks pretty good. So got all that mounted up today. I'm really I need the bus bar, and then basically I can button this thing back up. Couple things that I was reading. I pulled the hood off this thing and I'm like, you can't see because the hood's on here, but this flap, it's like a firewall, right? It keeps the crap out from under the dash or whatever. And then there's this huge gaping hole right here. I'm like, what the hell? Like, everything's exposed. Like under here, it's all exposed. So I'm like, did they forget to do it? And then I hit some of the forums, and no, Honda does not close this up from the factory. I don't know if they needed the airflow or there was some reason. Doesn't make any sense. But apparently this guy, you can buy it and then just flip it around and mount it on the other side. And these are literally like $6. So that's what I did. I ordered one of these, and then I'll have a full firewall to be able to cover and protect all that wiring and stuff under there. So that was a mod that I did. The other thing is, did a rearview mirror. I'm not doing side mirrors on this one. I have them on the Polaris, and I don't think they're that useful. But this thing, it's impossible for me to drive comfortably without a rearview mirror. So that thing's like $26 on Amazon. I think that's a Kimimoto. The light bar mounts pretty well. It mounts to the stock location back here, and then once everything's hooked up, you mark and drill through the plastic. So I really like those lights that go like right here or right here, but I kind of didn't research enough before I ordered this windshield, and you really can't do an under roof light bar. I've seen people that they modded, you can do some cutting and stuff to do it, but that's why I went with the one that goes up here, because it clears this window. Hopefully no reflection or anything off of that at night. So anyway, that was those are like $3.19 shipped, and it comes with the vehicle specific mounts. These are $40 by themselves. Whips, these are Kimimoto whips. Have the same ones. I actually run these on the Polaris. You just can undo them here and then pop them off, and then you can move them back and forth. But the mounts I had bought already for the Polaris, and then didn't end up using them. I used the stock mounts. Had them laying around, so they're perfect for this setup. Here's the piece I'm really proud of. I took my YouTube logo and sent it to this company. I cannot for the life of me remember the name of it. But they'll convert your logo into a triple stitched flag. And they weren't too bad either. I don't know what they were. Maybe $30-some each or something like that. They seem to be made pretty well. Anyway, so yeah, I can just move back and forth depending on which rig I am driving. Other thing I did was the Uni filter mod. I guess the location where the intake is on the Talon, it sucks up a lot of dust. So you actually pull the airbox off and the filter, not the airbox, but the lid off and the filter, and you can oil this with some K&N or whatever, some kind of oil, and then mount it to the intake tube, and then essentially it acts as a pre-filter and keeps you from having to replace the costly OEM filters so often. So that's my next thing. I'm going to wash this up, so no chance of getting dirt and anything in there, and get that mounted. I did do the inspection. There was a recall. This is a 23. There was some recall in the earlier model years where throttle body boots were loose and they were sucking dirt, trashing engines, but I went ahead and checked them anyway. Just a lot of guys check those clamps and they were loose. Mine are super tight. And then once I get the lid off of the airbox, I'm going to check the ones that connect the airbox to the throttle body or the intake tube. So that's something to watch for. Running the lights on this, super easy. The only thing that's kind of a bastard is pulling out the poppets along this center tunnel. But once you get those out, it's super easy to run a wire through there. It's got like a fuse panel back here. Just run up through there. I actually just I pulled this off and pulled the wire. It's too dark to see. But anyway, pulled the wire through and then just zip tied to the brake light all the way through. And then I'm finding that Honda is really good about leaving you just a little gap to be able to get your wiring through. So that all went super smooth, super easy. Just because, just in contrast to my Polaris, it was a huge pain in the ass to do any of this. Like, they leave this nice gap here to be able to get your wiring down through. Apparently some people run through this too, but I couldn't figure out how to do it, but I don't really care. I'll just zip tie that up. Anyway, that is what I'm doing with the Talon. It's basically been sitting since that last video I uploaded. It's been kind of cold and shitty, so it was a good time to tear things apart and do some wrenching. That firewall piece is on order, and then the bus bar. And I ordered the CV boot savers, the Honda OEM ones. They mount to that front A-arm because I want to be able to, you know, blaze through corn stalks and stuff like that and not worry about blasting CV boots. So that will be cheap insurance for that. So that is the update. There it is post install. This is the factory winch wire, comes back from the battery. And then on 2023 and newer, it has a ground cable that you have to run up here and ground the slug. 22s and older, there is a negative that follows this positive wire from the battery. Side note, I hooked this up, I didn't have any juice. I'm like, what the hell? So I went back to the battery box. This was not hooked up to the battery, so had to hook it up back there. Got my two accessories I have right now wired on the bus bar, and there's my switches, there's my whips. See, they light up when you turn them on, but they're off. And then there's the light bar. Super bright. 40-inch test. All right, I've had this thing apart for several days and it's been bugging me, so I'm gonna put this back together. Finally, ready to go. All right, that does it for this round of updates on the Talon. This video got tons more hits than any other stuff I've done, so apparently there's a thirst for Talon content. So I'm with you guys, because when I went shopping and looking for Talons, there wasn't hardly anything out there. So anyway, that is the update on the Talon, and I don't know, we'll do some more content when I do some more updates or something. All right, talk to you guys later. I almost forgot this guy. I don't know why, but Honda just leaves the whole passenger side of this thing wide open. Those just clip on there like that. So we're going to see if this one fits the other side like it's supposed to. Back in a minute. It fits like a glove. There's no tab over here like there is over here, but she fits right up there. I'm gonna have to pull some of these poppets down here to attach it at the bottom, but yeah, fits. It works. Why not for $5, $6, whatever it is. Let's get this fastened up. All right, there it is. Fits like a glove. All of the poppets line up, with the exception there's no hook for that, but it's got the spot for the wiring come through. So it's a nice fit for $5, $6. I definitely recommend. All right, time to button this thing back up. All right, and there's pretty much my whole vision of what I wanted to do to this thing initially. I didn't get any footage of putting these on, but these are the brush, or the CV savers I was talking about. There's the full windshield and everything installed. I just did the 100-mile service on it, changed the oil. So that wasn't too bad. It was kind of messy. It gets on the skid plate and kind of got everywhere, but you know, we'll get better at that as we go. Mounted one of my coolers. There's nothing as elegant as the Polaris for cooler mounting, like nice brackets and stuff, but this seems to hold it pretty solid, so it should work. And then I did do that uni filter install. For now, it's a cheap mod. I may do that. I found this really cool in that remount a plate here and you cut a hole and then you put a different intake and you put a pre-filter on there. Pretty cool solution, kind of pricey though. So we might do that, but for right now, I'm just gonna run the uni in the air box. It's real easy. Easy and cheap to not clog up your OEM filters. It'd be nice to have something you can clean out. And then I did this little center bag here. Has little cubbies and stuff for everything, but no place to really stow your stuff. The 23 does come with the lower doors, and it's got a storage cubby there and drink holders. So that's cool. But anyway, we're having a nice day, so I'm gonna take it out for a drive. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll post up some more. I'm probably gonna do some bumpers and some fun stuff like that, so we'll post up some more after that. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.